The world will mark the 75th anniversary of D-Day, which altered the course of World War II. Part of the success of the Allied invasion was a complicated web of decoys, deception, and espionage. And for the first time, historians have revealed an important royal connection to that effort. Steve Patterson has more.
It's one of history's boldest operations.
D-Day.
The Allied invasion of Nazi-occupied France would ultimately lead to the liberation of Hitler's Europe. But its success hinged on trickery and a secret story finally being revealed some 75 years later. For the first time, historians are shedding light on the unlikely espionage of the man who fooled Hitler, none other than King George VI.
This is an orchestra of deception, but the king is the most important part.
The royal, specifically recruited by Britain's security service, MI5.
He's often thought of as a figurehead, someone who's ceremonial, but here we've actually involved in work with MI5 and taking significant personal risk.
What appeared to be the king making random visits to raise troop morale was actually part of an elaborate plot.
The king's visits in the next few months could assist the elaborate cover scheme, whereby we are endeavoring to bamboozle the German intelligence.
This was all about drip-feeding the Germans information and make them think like they were piecing together the secret plan for D-Day. But pulling it off required significant risk to the royal family.
One of the king's most dangerous missions came in May 1944, a trip to the Orkney Isles in waters dominated by German U-boats and skies infested with German fighters.
It's essential to do this operation because it suggests that the British might not invade France at all. They might involve Norway.
It paid off. On June 6, 1944, Allied forces invaded the beaches in Normandy, encountering German defenses that should have been far stronger, but weren't because they were fooled.
The king played a key part and probably saved thousands of Allied lives, both British and American.
A legendary marriage of cloak, dagger, and crown. Steve Patterson, NBC News, London.
The full special on King George VI airs Wednesday at 9/8 Central on National Geographic. We're back in a moment with some reflections and prayers from members of this community.